I'm Doug Linkhart, and neighborhoods run in my blood. I've been a neighborhood leader in the city for near on 30 years. And what I find as a neighborhood leader, I was the president of a neighborhood group, I was the president of an umbrella neighborhood, an umbrella group of all the neighborhoods. And what I've found over these years is the lifeblood of neighborhoods is neighborhood business districts. So I want to applaud you for the work that you've done in coming together as a Federal Boulevard Partnership to work together as businesses and residents to keep this a vital area and make it a more vital area to the city. Now, having been a state senator for West Denver, West and Central Denver, I know that you're thinking that we've been ignored for a few years, that Cherry Creek gets a little bit more attention, that other areas of town get a little bit more attention, that we've been hoping and planning and trying to get things to happen along Federal for a long time. That's true. I've walked much of Federal, I've talked to many of the businesses, I've removed graffiti from businesses and graffiti remove-a-thons. I've worked with Councilman Lopez and Councilman Garcia when he was in office to make sure that we get streetscaping in that helps the area instead of hurting the area, and further down that's up and coming. I was a big supporter of the Neighborhood Marketplace Initiative, but it hasn't gone far enough. The theme of my campaign is to invest in our community. We can't afford in these economic times to shrink into one room and pull in our horns, close down our services, keep cutting our government, trying to squeeze more blood out of the turnip. We can't afford to do that. We need to do what Federico Peña said, which is to invest, and invest our way out. Strategically, invest in our community. And that means investing in things like human services and mental health programs and drug treatment programs and homeless programs and kids programs, but it also means investing in economic development. We've been cutting across the board. Nothing against the current mayor, but when you cut across the board, you cut investments too. Our economic development division has been cut in half. Our incentive money has been cut to a fifth of what it was. I will restore those investments and restore the Neighborhood Marketplace Initiative to where it was supposed to be. To do another year, to do a second round, to do a third round, so that we don't just stick with the original 5. We add 3 more communities. And I think Federal should be one of those communities. And I'm not just saying that to, cater to you or get your vote. The indicator that I look for in choosing an area to work with is, are they ready? Do they want help? Are they clamoring for help? Have they raised their voices to our attention? And you've done the plan. You did the plan 3 years ago with our help. The plan is there. We need to start implementing the plan. And that's everything from the clover leaf to the streetscaping to, helping businesses come into the area to fill in the gaps. That area by the old stadium has been neglected for so long. And we need to be creative where it's not just more retail, it's also some residential and nonprofits, because that's what's working elsewhere. That's what's working on Colfax. And what I applaud you for most is listening to the residents, because when I go to neighborhood groups, that's what they say. They want retail that serves them. That's not just a corridor retail for people driving through town, but that serves local residents. And that's what's so great about your plan. I love the Wellspring Initiative, because if you can get more wellness programs and more healthy food programs and stores and vendors along Colfax, along Federal, I was thinking of Carroll's County, along Federal, my favorite example of good economic development is in Littleton. They work with entrepreneurs, they work with local business to grow local, dangling tens of millions of dollars in front of Fortune 500 companies and hoping that they'll move here. It doesn't work, it doesn't create jobs. So I will work with you as the next mayor, side by side, to redevelop this area and make us all proud of Federal Boulevard. Doug Linkhart, thank you very much.